Benjamin Walker leads the killer cast of American Psycho, which will soon begin performances on Broadway at the Gerald Schoenfeld Theatre. We're here today to find out all about Duncan Sheik and Roberto Aguirre-Cerqueira's new musical adaptation of Bret Easton Ellis's classic. What was it about this role, this musical, that thought, yes, I want to come back to Broadway as Patrick Bateman?
Well, initially it was the music. I love the music of the 80s. I love Duncan's music. I've worked with him before, and that was very exciting. But also, Patrick Bateman is a complex, funny, scary guy. I kind of wanted to go on the rise and fall of his journey.
So talk to me about the world of American Psycho. Where's it set?
American Psycho is set in the late 80s, just on the turn into the 90s. It's at the height of kind of yuppie glamour, materialism, fashion, food, technology in New York.
You know, it seems to be a morality tale, like a dark fairy tale about one man's ego and how he succumbs to it in the age of materialism.
Why do you think it's right for Broadway in 2016?
I think American Psycho is right for Broadway in 2016 because musical theater is changing. There's so much opening right now that is so great, and I think that this kind of stands on its own in sort of a weird way. People hear that American Psycho is coming to Broadway and immediately sort of think, I wonder what that's about. And then to bring this music and these wonderful people together and how dynamic I think it's going to be, I think it'll be perfect.
It's doing something that nobody else is doing on Broadway. It's very different. It's changing things a little bit. It's a slightly different way of telling a story with musical theater.
And visually, you're pushing the boundaries, aren't you? I mean, we didn't see it today, but we will, won't we?
Yeah, I think it's a real, S. Evelyn, our designer, who works with Kanye and Beyonce and Adele doing U2, doing really great big stadium tours, has brought that sort of rock and pop stadium style into a Broadway theatre, and it has an incredible elegance, and the costumes are great, and it's super sexy.
And you have a dream cast, don't you, led by the great Benjamin Walker?
Yeah, they're very easy on the eyes and a lot of fun to work with.
And how's it been working with Benjamin Walker? Scary?
Yeah, Benjamin and I have a very, very similar humor palette, for lack of a better word. We have a great banter both on stage and off stage, and that definitely helps our on-stage relationship. So yeah, he's a great dude, extremely talented, hardworking.
How have you found putting your stamp on the character? Because, I mean, this is an iconic role, isn't it?
Yeah, I like to think so, but I feel like the story is dense enough that there are different interpretations. I like to think that my Patrick Bateman, you kind of root for by the end.
What do you hope audiences take away with them from American Psycho?
On one level, it's a really entertaining satire about our culture, but I think there is a deeper thing going on about Patrick Bateman as a kind of avatar for the psychopathology of late capitalism.
I think they'll feel really entertained. It's a great night out. I think it's really fun. And I think anyone who's felt like they're in a community or a family even, or a workplace where they just feel like they're not quite part of it, will really relate to this.
Coming into the theater is like stepping into a club in the 80s. It's greedy in a good way. It's graphic and funny. And at the end, I hope they walk out having this kind of cathartic release. We can learn from our past, from the 80s, and maybe not keep making those same mistakes.